I actually first signed up as a consultant in Newcastle on iWantGreatCare in about 2008. I found it on the internet, I signed up, I had no idea what to do with it. As my career started shifting away from my area of clinical expertise, went to work with a team that was in a really distressed state. One of the things that I asked that clinical team was, okay, so there's all this pain here, I want you to convince me that you're generating good quality care regardless of all this madness that's around you. And of course, as doctors would say, they say, clinical care is not a problem. That's never going to be a problem. It's all this other madness we want sorted. And of course, you and I know that's never true. You know, a broken team will not generate good quality care for patients. That's a given. Now, my physician colleagues will think, oh, we're okay because you can't measure us. Trust me, you can be measured. And I'll say this again and again. Either you measure yourself or you will be measured. So I know where I'd like to be. When we send out an appointment to see a consulting clinic, I'm sure I would, and others would, look up that person on the internet. And if you look at my profile, the second busiest thing after Twitter is iWantGreatCare for me. You'll then go to iWantGreatCare and you'll see what other patients have said about me. So before you get into clinic, you've already got a sense of who you're coming to see based on what other people said. But there is an issue around negative feedback. And my duty as a medical director with my colleagues is to provide the support that colleagues require when they get negative feedback, rather than use it for anything else. The problem with the CQC annual retrospective review feedback, which is done in 2015, and I get the report almost a year later, is it's too late. It's way too late. And it's collected in retrospect and not clinician or facility specific. I can't act on it, I can't make a difference, except it's a regulator determined, regulator important piece of information. And they use that, don't they, to determine their sense of the organization, even if it's a year out. And of course, it's my duty to actually work with my colleagues to say, we've got to find a different way of shifting how patient experience is experienced, not only how we measure it, but how we respond back to the clinicians when things don't work out. That knowledge is now out there, it's seeped out, which has blurred that sense of protection that the professions had through their colleges acting as barriers. But actually, regardless of the outcome, be it good, bad, or indifferent, the patient will always remember the experience. So even when the outcome is inevitably going to be poor, and the experience provided is poor, we are all in deep trouble, and rightly so. But even if you provide good clinical outcomes and provide a poor experience, they will remember the experience. I know that. They'll come out and go, yeah, that's fine, but there's no bedside manner. And the reason I like iWantGreatCare is because I think it's simple. It's really simple. 3 questions, narrative, and easy for patients. It actually does affect behavior without you having to do much more than asking for that transparency and honesty in the work they do every day.